Yeah, we're here on the service road in between Dolphin and Old Sheldon. Crews are working behind me to actually remove this downed tree off of the road. We can get a little closer here, and you can see at first they were actually using a saw to chop up the limbs of this tree, and now they're pulling it to carry most of it away. This is blocking one lane of the road here, but people are able to pass around on the other side.
Well, Greg, Kim, we are actually standing underneath the portion of I-10 that crosses over Canal Street. As we've told you earlier in the day, that 18-wheeler was carrying 19,000-pound steel spools. We want to show you the damage. Let me shine my flashlight over here. You can see all the crumbled concrete, and take a look up. That is the hole in this bridge. This is what crews have to repair.
Well, Kim, Lance, some action as we speak. I'm sorry, I just jumped, but this bush is moving behind us. That is where the alligator is, where you see that movement.
Those are conservation officers right there, along with Mobile Fire and Rescue. They're a lot braver than I am.
It's tough to get it straight on over his head again with the, well, now we got trouble.
Oh, they got him.
Yep.
They lassoed him around.
Yep.
I wouldn't want to be the one that's having to fight this big monster right here.
And he's still got some fight in him.
Well, wait a minute. Let's see if we can hold it down just a bit. All right, there we go. They got it closed.
Unprecedented access. We went behind the scenes with the police on the streets in Pritchard like never before. Should we be concerned for our safety? A ride-along so risky, we were required to suit up and wear bulletproof vests as officers took us to some of the hot spots, the most crime-ridden areas in the community. For us, this ride was considered out of the ordinary.
These are the areas where stuff happens where you have to watch for them hiding things.
For Sergeant Robert Martin and his crew, this was another shift. Their trip started with a prayer, and as dusk fell, the search began for criminals.
Well, basically what we do is we just hit areas that we normally have a high volume of calls in, and we tend to concentrate in those areas.
Officers focusing in on the Gulf Village community, Ridge Manor, Alabama Village, along with the many gas stations and convenience stores. A seemingly easy task, but as it got darker, the ride became rougher. Within an hour, we were on the ride of our lives, a high-speed chase through the city, our hearts racing.
Now you're not speaking.
Speeds upwards of 90 miles an hour, police in full force doing what they do best, chasing after the criminals.
They wrecked out over here off of Moffett Road on Garland Street where they struck another vehicle. So this was a good pursuit, and at the end we caught a felony and took a felony off the street.
The chase that ended in a crash with an arrest, thankfully no injuries, and while we were terrified.
Drug paraphernalia, drugs and guns, a deadly combination.
The ride continued. In comparison to other local departments, Pritchard PD is short-staffed and underpaid, but they are still responsible for keeping these streets safe. Hotspot policing focusing on areas demographics deemed dangerous. Sporadic patrolling aimed to catch criminals in the act and get illegal guns and drugs off the streets.
This is what you call a cert mixture. You got your Fanta strawberry drink, and then they just pour liquid narcotics in there, and they drink it. So this is what people do out here on the streets. And this is what we're trying to get off the streets.
But is it working? Once the night was over, the sun rose again, and we took that question to the new man in charge, Pritchard Police Chief Walter Knight, taking a proactive approach to changing the stigma associated with this city.
Some of the crime has dropped.
Year to date, Pritchard Police have investigated nearly a dozen homicides, a slew of violent crimes, many unsolved. Compared to last year, Knight said things have improved. Crime trends are shifting, and overall, the city is headed in the right direction.
We're trying to bridge that trust gap between the community and law enforcement.
Along with the typical challenges cops face, they're dealing with the stigma and nationwide animosity brewing between police and the community.
I actually want the people to have faith in the police here.
Bridging the gap requires dedicated staff, many shifts, and police response. A plan that is already in action. Reporting in Pritchard, Jasmine Williams, Local 15 News.
Michael Moore's mother wipes away a tear as the city of Mobile and surrounding communities come together to pay their respects.
We one community, we one people. The same things happen here, happening everywhere else. So we are here now facing our own situation.
Standing just yards away from where the 19-year-old was shot and killed by a Mobile police officer Monday evening, Moore's grandfather preaches to the crowd who gathered to show their support.
My grandson was no thug. He was saved. He was saved. He believed in the Lord.
Questions of the investigation still there. Police have come forth with evidence backing Officer Harold Hurst, who pulled the trigger. All that aside, a family is grieving, a community trying to band together, whether it's prayer, a light, or release. Lives clearly affected by something which took place in a matter of seconds.
Orange, Texas, a city no longer accessible by land. A community fighting to make it to this makeshift shelter under an overpass on I-10. Complete devastation we were unprepared for.
It's just survival, yeah. I never would dream that a day later would be like Houston.
Deborah Belcher, just one of hundreds here with nowhere to go and no way to get there.
The wheelchair's in my truck, couldn't get to it, and the walker, we just forgot, just hopped in the boat and with assistance.
No shoes, no medication, but grateful to be with her loved ones. For others, there's anticipation and anxiety about when they'll see their babies next.
I can't wait to get to them. I can't wait to get to them.
We were drawn to Brooke after seeing her standing alone in her pajamas, just completely distraught.
It's awful. It's awful.
You're shaking.
I've been shaking since 3 o'clock this morning. Just praying that, I just kept praying that it would stop. It just kept raining, and I just kept praying that it would stop.
But as the rain continues to fall, the boats keep coming in. Family after family, pet after pet, lost with nothing but their loved ones, friends, and faith.
But it'll be okay. God's there, God will help, and I got his strength.
In Orange, Texas, Nicole Fierro reporting.